If you're considering buying a used JK, then you're going to want to listen to this because this is something that no one on the internet or at the dealer is going to mention to you. And I think it is the most important thing to consider before purchasing a Jeep Wrangler JK. All right, guys, here's the issue with JKs that no one's speaking about. It is the fact that every time they go through a car wash or sit under a rainstorm, they are known to leak water to the interior of the vehicle. Now, not every single Wrangler does this. I would say 8 out of 10 of them have this issue. The other 2 out of 10, well, I call those jackpot Jeeps. So if you can find one or if you have one, congratulations, she's a keeper. So now for the other 8 out of 10, the other 80% of the vehicles that are sitting out there on these used car lots or even at the dealer, like I bought this one at a Jeep Chrysler dealership, you're going to want to know this, that the reason that they leak water to the interior when they go through the car wash or it rains is because Jeep Wranglers do not have a rubber body side seal. Now, if you're going to go check one out or if you have one right now and you're dealing with this issue, I want you to open the door and notice that piece of rubber that goes all around the perimeter of it. Great, that's the way that every vehicle on the road comes today. They have a weather stripping gasket on the door. Now, if you look at your body, you will notice that it is bare metal. There is nothing for that door side seal to come into contact with on the body, so when they meet up, it keeps water to the outside of the vehicle like every other vehicle on the road today, especially if you've never had this issue in any other vehicle and now are experiencing it here with the Jeep Wrangler. That is why. Ultimately, that is the reason. Now, if you've gone to the dealer and you own this vehicle and you're trying to rectify it, you will quickly realize that they'll get you up to $1,000 replacing parts that you don't even need replaced, like door side seal, header gaskets, A-pillar muckets, B-pillar muckets. I'm sorry, yeah, A-pillar muckets, B-pillar muckets, included in the header seal and everything. But they will replace pieces that you don't even need because ultimately those parts are not the problem. The problem is that there's no body side seal. And Jeep Wrangler has never made or applied a body side seal on their production line or made it as a post-production part. So that part doesn't exist. You can't go to the dealer and say, well, I saw a guy talking about a body side seal. You got one of those? They're gonna look at you like you got 5 heads. Now, on the rest of their lineup, like their Cherokee, their little Renegade, their Wagoneer, they all have body side seals. So if you're going to a Chrysler dealership, open up the doors on everything except for the Wrangler, and you'll find that they do know what this is, right? They do understand what a body side seal is, but for whatever reason, that light bulb hasn't gone off in their head, and they have not put one on the Jeep Wrangler. Now, I know so many Jeepers have already piled into the comments saying, well, it's a Jeep. It's supposed to leak. Hoorah. Yo, if your Jeep is not leaking, you're not a real Jeeper. All that. Like, go ahead, I get it. You guys, this is your opportunity to pile into the comment section and say, pull your drain plugs. What are you doing rolling around with carpets, etc. I even had one guy in my last video say, if you're concerned with water leaks, then you should be driving a Prius. Clearly, that's not my agenda. And that's not the agenda of the people, or the intention, actually. That's not the intention of Jeep owners who are now dealing with this problem. They didn't intend to be dealing with a wet leaking Jeep. And here's the problem with the wet leaking Jeep, aside from it being just generally annoying. That wetness, that water gets underneath your carpet, into your seats, etc., and it begins to grow mold. Mold begins to populate. How do I know? I speak to hundreds of people every year about this problem, and while not all of them report mold, I have had a large percentage of people say to me, hey, Tony, I was wondering why my allergies acted up every time I went in there. Or an older gentleman in Florida said, I felt sick every time I got in there. And it wasn't until he removed his carpet, he saw black mold growing all over the place. Now, if you own this vehicle, you might see those black spots on your freedom panels. That is mold. And that leads to a whole host of problems when you, your family, or your pets, or you, your family, and your pets, whoever, are inside the vehicle, especially when the doors are closed. Now, like I said, I know there's going to be a ton of comments, and I'm going to get roasted by hardcore Jeepers saying that, why do you have carpets pull your drain plugs? Now, here's the problem with pulling your drain plugs. Number one, okay, it allows a tremendous amount of heat into the vehicle from below, because that's where your exhaust is running. Now, letting a tremendous amount of heat into the vehicle is not helpful by any means, especially now in the summer, okay? I know people are going to say, well, I love having a warm and fuzzy. Say it. Put it in the comments. Just please be original. Even if you have to go to Facebook, read some of those memes, come back here, put it in the comments because I know you're dying to. And then there's going to be other Jeepers that say, well, my Jeep doesn't leak. I've had 2 or 3 of them. And for those Jeepers, I say those are the jackpot Jeeps. So if you find one, keep one. She's a keeper. So back to the drain plugs. If you pull the drain plugs, you let a tremendous amount of heat in. Also, a lot of these Jeeps that come out of the Northeast or in very cold places, the exhaust pipes can form exhaust leaks. Now, if you have an exhaust leak, a small exhaust leak, that could now be entering the cabin of your vehicle. Now you compile that with the mold, the exhaust, you, your family, your dog, your mother, your brother, your sister, you close that all in. I mean, that's just a recipe for disaster for me. And I don't think that anyone should be dealing with that. But there is a logical solution. There is a way to combat this if you are dead set on buying one of these amazing vehicles, because they are amazing. And the people in the community, they are great people. You'll find how funny they are in the comments of this video, because they'll be putting all types of funny remarks about why Jeeps are supposed to leak and how that's a badge of honor. And if they're not leaking, you're not Jeeping and all that stuff. They're great people and they're very funny. But this is something that should be brought to your attention so that you realize this before you sign the paperwork. And like I said, if you sign the paperwork or you say, you know what, I just need and want to have a Jeep, or you already own one, the logical solution is putting a body side seal on this vehicle. Seal it like a submarine. Seal it like every other vehicle on the road today. And there'll be a link in the description for the complete body side seal kits for JKs, JLs, Gladiators, 2-door, 4 doors, hard tops, soft tops, Sky One touches. Even if you have the Sunrider One, the Sunrider Best Top, then, I mean, the problem is the same. We got to seal the vehicle. And the Jeep Leak Fix Kit does just that. So I just want to bring this to your attention before you buy a Jeep JK in particular. Now I'm getting more and more calls from people buying the JLs because they started in 2018 and they're starting to show it's not a matter of if, it's usually a matter of when. And now even the new JLs, 18, 19, 20, I had a phone call from a guy the other day, 2024, his is leaking. I've had a guy 2025. It's like we're not even 6 months through the year and we're already talking about leakings and leaking issues. So if this is something that, like I said, you really want to rectify, then simply buy the Jeep Leak Fix Kit for less than what the dealer will charge you to replace 2 of your front door side seals, which, by the way, won't fix the problem because there still isn't a body side seal like every other vehicle on the road today has. So that is the issue with this vehicle. I want to bring to your attention that no one else will. And I think it's important to realize. Now, here's my question to you. Shouldn't Jeep have taken care of this problem on the assembly line, especially with the newer Jeeps like the JLs and Gladiators? You'd expect by now they would have addressed this issue, but they haven't. So if you're considering a JK, 2007 to 2018, or the newer JL Gladiators, 18 to 25, you're thinking, hey, maybe I'll just get a brand new one and this won't happen. Well, perhaps not immediately, but eventually. They too don't have a body side seal, and that's the underlying issue with this. So my question is, shouldn't Jeep have solved this by now on the factory line, on the production line, with the new ones rolling off of the assembly line, right? I mean, the rest of their vehicles do, the Wranglers, the Cherokees. I'm sorry, I wish the Wranglers did. The Cherokees, their Wagoneer, even their little Renegade, Compass, etc. They have body side seals. But for whatever reason, Jeeps don't. And I just want to leave you with this thought. The reason that I've realized that Wranglers do not have a body side seal is some people, and you'll probably read in the comments of this video as well, the doors come off. Who wants to see the rubber? No one cares if there's rubber around your door when you take it off. Plus, a majority of owners do not take the doors off. But even so, if this piece of rubber was on your body side and it kept the vehicle dry and mold free, the juice would be worth the squeeze. No one would care. But so that's something I want to mention about that, that people will say that they don't have a body side seal for that reason, which is completely, for me, ridiculous. But if you do want to solve this issue by putting a body side seal on there, it will solve this issue. So again, shouldn't Jeep have addressed this issue by now? And the next question is, if putting a simple body side seal that costs less than 2 door side seals, which costs less than what the dealer will hit you for after they replace your door side seals, your header gasket, your muckets, those little foam pads on your winch, on your freedom panels. Then they offer to replace your carpet. Next thing you know, you're upwards of $1,000+. If you can salve it for a fraction of the cost and put the body side seals on, essentially do Jeep's job for them, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to just simply put the body side seals on the vehicle and be done with this whole mold, wetness, nightmare that you'll read about now that you're aware of this? So go into forums, you'll read about this issue. You'll get a lot of laughs from all the smart comments about Jeepers saying it's a Jeep, it's supposed to leak, and you'll get every variation of that stand-up comedian in those forums. So you'll probably start here. So I invite all of my stand-up comics in the Jeep world to go ahead and leave those comments. I look forward to them. Just please be original, and if you have to go to Facebook to be original with them, please do so. It's the same comments over, just pull your drain plugs, this and that. So, all right, guys, with that being said, if you found this content helpful, then think about subscribing to this channel, because I'm going to be releasing a lot of things that people don't talk about with Jeep Wranglers. I have a lot of experience with them, in particular solving this problem, the Jeep leak. And I speak to hundreds of people every year. And if you have a question too, there'll be a link in the description for that kit. There'll also be a number that you can call if you want to speak to me directly. You'll find that on the website that takes you to the body side seal kit for this vehicle. So, I mean, guys, there you have it. If you didn't know, now you do. If you still want to buy the vehicle after everything I just said, please do so. They're fun. Everyone will wave at you. There's awesome meetups. And then if you're the type of person that says, I'll just fix it myself, then great. You have a solution for that. And it's found right in the description of this video. So with that being said, guys, there you have it. Shouldn't Jeep have solved this problem for you, though? I don't know. I think they should. Or is it just me?